The graduation address gives us the opportunity to hear from a distinguished member of our alumni community. And we're very fortunate today that the address will be delivered by Ms. Carol Chu. Ms. Chu is the Senior Director of Product Management at Media Ocean. She manages global media finance software, driving billions of dollars of ad spend on an annual basis. Ms. Chu juggles complicated individual market needs within a single configurable platform, which is currently deployed across 6 international markets, including the US and China. She understands the balancing act of growing people and nurturing talent across the organisation, while at the same time delivering high-quality, mission-critical product. She commenced her career with PricewaterhouseCoopers as the first intake into the graduate program in tax technology, where she was able to combine both her degrees in the role, building software solutions for large organisations to manage their tax compliance. Ms. Chu has a passion for mentoring and inspiring the success of individuals in their career and professional development, and is in her 4th year as a volunteer for Monash University's Women in IT Mentoring program. I suspect you've got about 100 applicants down there now. I now have much pleasure in inviting Ms. Carol Chu to deliver the graduation address.
Thank you for the introduction and invitation to speak today. Chancellor Mr. Simon McKeon, Pro Vice Chancellor Professor David Kopolov, Professor Robert Brooks, Professor Anne Nicholson, members of the faculty, ladies and gentlemen in the auditorium and live stream, and of course, graduates. It is a great honour as a woman in IT to be addressing you all today. On behalf of all the graduates and myself, I would like to thank Monash University for the contribution in equity, diversity, and in inclusion, for recognising women and having mentoring opportunities in place, such as Women in IT and Alumni to Alumni, which has provided me an avenue to give back and stay in contact with the university. Women have come a long way in the industry, and we still have a long way to go. You should all be very proud today to be graduating from a faculty that educates the largest group of IT women in the group of 8. Congratulations to you all on your graduation and for making it this far. I tried to think back to when I graduated, and I cannot remember who spoke at my graduation ceremony. I don't expect that you will remember me when you think back to your graduation. However, I do hope that you will remember at least one of the key qualities to success I wish someone had given me insight into when I graduated. These are the 3 key contributors to my success I'm sharing with you today, in the hope that it will give you a head start. If not, just something to think about. The first is not to be afraid of making mistakes or failing. Throughout my career, I gave myself permission to fail and allowed myself to make mistakes. Now, I know it is ironic to talk about making mistakes and failing in a graduation ceremony, because in order to get to where you are today, you had to pass that exam paper. You had to pass the final assessment. Failing wasn't an option, was it? Allowing yourself to fail or to make mistakes may be very confronting for some of you. It was for me as well, and still sometimes is. I had to let go of perfectionism and having to get it right all the time. In fact, you will find out, if you haven't already, that there is no right or wrong when making decisions. It comes down to the best decision at that point in time. I work for the leading software provider in the media industry. I work with a global team of software engineers and product leaders. And the one distinguishing factor that puts them in the category of high performing is that they are not afraid of making mistakes. Instead of striving for perfection, they prioritise continuous improvement. Now, please don't go to your manager tomorrow with your mistakes and say that the person at your graduation ceremony said it was okay to make mistakes. Okay, I don't want them after me. What I'm saying is that failing and making mistakes is actually not an excuse to make the same mistake over and over again. It is to be used as an opportunity for you to learn. The second key contributor to my success is by doing all the small things that no one wants to do. And in doing so, that is when I learned the most. You know, the person who stands out in a team is the one who takes the initiative to do the small things that need to be done, the things that no one wants to do, the things that if this person had not done, I would have needed to do myself anyway. And people who do this actually give themselves the opportunity to learn the most. They are the ones who have been trusted with very little, and I guarantee you, they will be the ones who will also be trusted with very much. So in whatever you do, diligently do the small and somewhat insignificant things in order to accomplish the bigger things. The third key contributor to my success is knowing what my values are. There will be situations in your career and in life where you'll be challenged. You'll be forced to make decisions, and some of these decisions may go against the principles that you cherish. But know what your values are, and do not allow for them to be influenced or swayed by the opinion of others, even if that means your opinion may be the unpopular one. I can stand here today and tell you this because throughout my career, I strived to maintain the highest standards, and I did not allow for my integrity and reputation to be compromised in order to get ahead. Now, in doing so, my road to success did take a little bit longer. But you know what? That's actually okay, because it also meant that I could sleep a little bit better at night, and I'm able to stand here in front of you all today. Finally, if you have taken away nothing from what I've said, please do remember the following. You are about to start on a journey we call life. Your learning does not stop here. Let yourself live up to the motto of Monash University, which is, I am still learning. To all of you, congratulations, and I wish you success in everything that you do.
Carol, can I just thank you very much on behalf of everyone who's in this auditorium, not just in the first 10 rows who are our graduates today, but indeed everyone, because I think what you've been just emphasising is applicable to anyone, whether starting out on a professional career or indeed ending it in the case of one or two of us. But at the end of the day, these lessons are life lessons. It is okay to fail, and indeed not just in the workplace, but just being a human being. It's good to fail. It's a learning process. It's how you fail and what you do with it that's the important stuff. I loved your emphasis on the small and insignificant. Isn't it interesting in this world where, for whatever reason, we feel we need to be noticed, put on a pedestal, grab the thing that's eye-catching. But this world needs an awful lot of work. It needs an awful lot of development. And if all we do is just do the stuff that's big and noticed, a whole lot of stuff won't happen. And Carol is quite right to emphasise that there's a whole lot of value for all of us just doing the stuff that needs to be done, unglamorous, not noticed. And if we don't have that bedrock of good values, chances are bad things will happen. I mean, I loved your example about the fact that sometimes values mean taking longer, taking more time to achieve something. But the alternative is a shortcut that may well open up a big pothole or two. And every academic up on this stage is very grateful that you've emphasised the motto of this university. The most important thing we have in many respects is our mind, and that mind should still keep learning until the day that we die. So, Carol, we thank you very much for that address today. Let's thank Carol again.